Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity of White Rock Online. My name is Pixie Hobby, and I'm a member of your spiritual leadership team. We are delighted that you are here with us online today, this Mother's Day. We all have that nurturing energy of the Divine Mother within us, whether we're a mother or not. Our service is being recorded. For an enhanced experience, please mute yourself and turn your camera off or stop video. We suggest that you use speaker view to watch the service. It's found at the top right corner of your screen. After you click on it, it will say gallery view. Today, we are blessed to have Janet Law as our speaker and Delaney Rose as our musician. These two ladies bring forth the divine feminine energy, the love, the nurturing energy that we all associate with motherhood and Gaia, our earth. And Delaney will now open our service with "Put a Little Love in Your Heart."
Good morning, everybody. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. Think of your fellow man, let a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You say it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. In the world will be a better place, in the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Another day goes by, still the children cry, put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know, we won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart. In the world will be a better place, in the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. Sorry, what I say? Put a little love in your heart. Take a good look around, looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
We are all here together, sharing love, inspiration, and comfort. During this interesting time, we know the truth for ourselves and for all of humankind. There is one presence and one power active in the universe and in our lives, God, the good omnipotent. Wherever we are, God is. And this means that what's going on around us is in divine order. Spirit is giving us an opportunity to experience our divine nature in a new way. The hidden gift is the luxury of time to go inward and reconnect with our inner wisdom keeper, that still small voice within. What has Spirit awakened or birthed within you? What gifts have you noticed in the sacred time that you spend in contemplation? Perhaps a newer, clearer perspective on life has emerged. A talent you have never acknowledged or expressed is starting to emerge. Maybe it's confirmation that solitude sometimes is precious and that a slower pace of life is better for your entire being. Perhaps it's the realization that your relationships are your greatest wealth and that you have a magnificent power to nurture yourself and others. So please join me in our opening prayer. We know that God is a love that has no end and a power that knows no bound. God's healing power of divine life is restoring, healing, and revitalizing our world in this very moment. We let go of any fears or anxieties, and we affirm that all are safe, healthy, and protected. Bless all those who support us in maintaining vibrant, radiant health. We express divine life in all we think, say, and do. We bless our global family with radiant health, peace of mind, and abundant love. And so it is. Amen. Unity of White Rock is part of the worldwide unity movement, and we all share a common vision. Let us affirm that vision together. We envision a world powerfully transformed by the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And to fulfill this vision, here at Unity of White Rock, we do what is ours to do. And this is captured in our mission statement. Let's affirm that together as well. Our mission is to be a loving, inclusive community, co-creating with Spirit to transform lives. And the unity theme for the month of May is curiosity. I live in a world of wonder. And isn't that true? This morning, Rosie is going to read our daily word.
Good morning. Today's daily word is titled A Mother's Blessing. I honor all mothers and I am grateful for their love. I bless my mother and I am grateful for the gift of nurturing love. Whether my mother is still with me or has passed on, her love still lives inside my heart and her wisdom continues to inspire me. I am grateful for the many ways my mother has blessed me. I also feel deep appreciation and tender affection for all those who have blessed me with the selfless gift of motherly love. I would not be who I am without them. Through the living example of the mothers in my life, I pass along the blessings of a mother's care and devotion as I embrace opportunities to share an affirming thought, an encouraging word, a smile, or a simple act of kindness. I honor my mother and all mothers as I share the love of God that never fails. And this daily word was inspired by Proverbs chapter 31, verse 26. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and kindness is on her tongue.
Well, thank you, Rosie. That is very appropriate for today. Let us prepare for meditation as we listen to RELANEY sing Amazing Grace. Janet will lead us in meditation and her talk will follow.
soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many days, just toils and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me on. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me on.
We take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we imagine any stress or discomfort leaving our bodies now. As you exhale, imagine any stress or discomfort leaving your body now. We will do this for 3 more breaths, allowing each one to go deeper. Deeper in the body as we feel our cells waking up. Waking up to the knowledge of the nature of God. God is infinite peace, infinite wisdom, infinite love, and infinite life. We realize this truth within us now as we celebrate the holy power within, our true Christ nature. Breathing in peace, breathing out peace. And we go into the silence with this peace now. In the knowledge of God and in my divine nature, I am in swift agreement with my mind and heart sure and steady. Nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul.
I am anchored in divine peace. And now let us focus our attention on our heart. And think for a moment of someone who has been a mother to you. Either your actual mother who bore you into the world, or another person in your life who has cared for you, loved you, guided you to be the person that you are now. We feel the love of this person and feel it now. Allow that love to travel throughout your body, filling you up, filling you till it is overflowing with love. And we take a moment now to send this person a silent blessing. Thank this person for sharing their love with you. Imagine this person overflowing with joy because of you. Notice the circle of love created by this exchange of giving and receiving. And now we extend this love to all of the mothers and children of the world. Know that this flow of love is a universal life force. You are never too old to feel this love. And from the day you were born, this love was required. It allowed you to be the expanded, extended love in action. And as you tap into this nurturing energy, you are reminded that you are loved unconditionally each day. And with this affirmation, we go into the silence once more. I am spiritually strong, centered in divine love. I am spiritually strong, centered in divine love, in the silence. I am a harmonious presence. I embody the divine love in the presence of others. My presence broadcasts harmony. I am a voice for harmony. I walk hand in hand with others, and I live in the harmony of divine love. No matter how you plan to spend this Mother's Day, we will take a few minutes sometime in our day to practice this unconditional love that has been brought forth in this reflective time. It is a reminder of the blessed Christ consciousness that is yours. And as we close this time and period of prayer, we resolve to remain aware of our oneness with God that empowers us to live in a state of peace, faith, wholeness, and harmony. You are the light of the world. And we take a few breaths and we come back to this time and to this place together as one family. And feeling our bodies resonating with the power and the presence of your divine love. So I thought I would take a couple of moments here before I begin my talk, just with a couple of Mother's Day jokes, things that I have learned from my children. If you hook a dog leash over a ceiling fan and the motor is running, it is not strong enough to rotate a 42-pound boy wearing Batman underwear and a Superman cape. So just remember that. Also, that it is not a good idea to throw baseballs when the ceiling fan is on. And when you use the ceiling fan as a bat, you have to throw the ball up a few times before you actually get a hit. Anyways, I know we're not out doing so many sports now, but just a reminder if you've got kids at home and they might be trying a few things. Once we are able to get outside, just remember that Jell-O, no matter how much you put in a swimming pool, will not allow you to walk on water. Although I think we're all doing our best right now to do what we can to come together. And so a few quotes by mothers, famous mothers. This was by Michelangelo's mother. Hey, Mike, can't you paint on walls like other children do? Or do you have any idea how hard it is to get that stuff off the ceiling? Not sure if that's what Michelangelo's mother said, but maybe she did. And Albert Einstein's mother. Albert, it's your senior picture. Can't you do something about your hair? Styling gel, mousse, something? Anyways, just a little jovial mirth moments to start our day today. So the topic for today that was chosen, which came from the heart, is Heart to Heart, 7.8 billion people strong. And so let us on this day begin our time together to call in all of the mothers, the grandmothers, and the mentors that have shaped our life so far. And happy Mother's Day. As we all live as integrated souls, sharing it with others and naturally and authentically sharing it with the world, this in turn enables us to have a deep interconnectedness to all things. We are designed and hardwired to connect. We all arrived here in the same way, through the womb of a mother. And we live in the world of wonder. We all arrived with the curiosity and wonder to start a new day, every day. And during this time of COVID and the coronavirus, I wanted to let you all know that we do have a very curious friend that is reminding us that we are all in it together. And this is the official mascot for 2020, the raccoon. He washes his hands incessantly. He always wears a mask. And if you rearrange the letters in the word raccoon, you actually get corona, which actually means crown. This is our crowning opportunity of a new birth on this global planet. With our eyes wide open, let's keep our eyes clearly focused on the positive direction so that we can see things right. Jesus the Christ saw things right. And his early followers were eager for the new teaching. They were ready. They were ready for this Christ consciousness to grow. This simple teaching. You and I are one with God, one with each other. We are living examples of light and love, consciousness, now. Jesus did not put things right. He merely saw things right. There is the beautiful story of the girl that wanted to be restored back to life. And he spoke out to those around him and said, "Who was it that just touched me?" He was not speaking about his body or his clothing or the garment that everybody thought was being touched. He was speaking of consciousness, reaching out and touching. And so today, we all have an opportunity to reach out and touch someone with our consciousness. Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founder of the Unity Movement, said it best. Since two or more are gathered, have the tremendous power that Jesus promised. What power could be released if thousands could be united in thinking one thought? And that word, love. Jesus had a very close confidant. And in this photo representing the baptism and the deep connection that Jesus had with Mary Magdalene. She left her city of birth, Magdala, an Aramaic word meaning tower, in the ancient city on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. Mary, sometimes called simply the Magdalene or the Madeleine, was a Jewish woman who, with Jesus, was one of the earliest and closest followers, leaving her family and her old ways of thinking and being, and empowered by the divine that radiated it from her. We can learn much about Mary and her deep commitment to her divine nature. She was led in the world by these teachings. Mary Magdalene is always a central figure in the later Gnostic Christian writings, including the Gospel of Sophia, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, and the Gospel of Mary, which all refer to Mary Magdalene. These texts portray Mary Magdalene as an apostle and Jesus's closest and most beloved disciple. Mary's closeness with Jesus was not always taken well by others, and in fact, in 581 AD, Pope Gregory termed Mary Magdalene a prostitute and a woman of not good character. But in 2016, Pope Francis declared Mary Magdalene as the apostle to the apostles. Love. Love in action. And this is a wonderful affirmation for all of us to say together. I am divine love in expression. Divine love in expression. And 7.8 billion people on planet Earth, we're all in it together. We are 7.8 billion people strong, and we inhabit this planet Earth, and some in more crowded areas and some in less crowded areas. I was on a global prayer call this week. Actually, I was on a Zoom call. I think we're all Zooming these days, at least we are now. And I met a couple from India who live in Mumbai, very close to the most populated area in the world. This area is known as Dharavi, an area known as 1 square mile large, and 1 million people live there. It is also known as the slum area, people less fortunate, and there they live. So during this time of COVID, let us remember that our physical distancing protocols, we are not being asked to do much, but we need to stay in love with some of our brothers and sisters who do not always have that choice. So as they live in close quarters, let us now send a prayer out to them. The vibration of love now to those 1 million people in that 1 square mile. Rumi said, we are born of love. Love is our mother. And yes, it is, in particular, this Mother's Day. I don't know if many of you have heard about Black Swan or what a Black Swan event is, but it's very important for us to recognize this today on Mother's Day as we acknowledge our place here connected to all people and Mother Earth in particular. So a Black Swan event is when an event comes as a surprise, and it can have a very major effect on all of us. It is an unpredictable event that is beyond what is normally expected and can have very severe consequences. But this knowledge today is actually deepening our self-awareness, that we can, with the key to this understanding, that there is a deeper connection in our inner self while this external force is occurring, this Black Swan event. Our human behavior matters. Our thoughts, our actions will affect us moving forward. So let us say this affirmation together. I am a spiritual being bestowed with great power. This inner spiritual force enables us to connect to all things and to create harmony in all living communities and societies. We have a world of love at the tip of our fingertips. There is a great song by the group The Carpenters, and here are some of the words. Such a feeling coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. Everything I want the world to be is now coming true, especially for me. And the reason is clear. It's because you are here. You're the nearest thing to heaven that I've seen. I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation. And the only explanation I can find is the love that I've found ever since you've been around. Your love puts me on the top of the world. Our 17-and-a-half-year-old son, many years ago, he's 24 now, took himself to the top of the world. He had always wanted to go to Nepal. And in this moment, we need to be reminded again of the love and our global family. Nepal, which stands as the acronym, Never-Ending Peace and Love. So with our 7 billion people in the world, let us be never-ending peace and love. And I choose all of you today. 7 billion people in the world, but my heart choose you. Who will you choose to love today? I wanted to bring about in this part of the talk a woman named Dion Fortune. Dion Fortune was a woman who taught the teachings of the divine from the perspective of the goddess. Dion actually is a Greek word meaning God. And she chose this name because she believed that we are all God's fortune, precious light beings in all ways. And she lived much of her life in Glastonbury, teaching about the feminine face of God, the holy place that she called Avalon, the place where legend states the Holy Grail was taken, the story of Sir Lancelot and his goddess, Guinevere. These are the teachings of the feminine. She was a British novelist and author, and most well known for her book called The Cosmic Doctrine. She was co-founder of the Fraternity of the Inner Light, which prompted the philosophies taught by the spiritual masters, Jesus. She was a prolific writer and produced a number of books. She was a horticulturist, a psychology and psychoanalyst, and she worked as a counselor in a psychotherapy clinic. She became more and more interested in the esoteric teachings. And I bring her up today because of her commitment to the feminine goddess energy. A religion without a goddess is halfway to atheism. So we must believe in both, the male and the female, so eloquently within our unity movement, understanding the importance of both. All gods are one God, and all goddesses are one goddess, and there is one initiator. And you have access to it all the time. It is your divine creative energy. Diane Beresford Kroeger is committed to the earth and to the trees and to the sacred scientist view. She is aligned with this earth. And I spoke with her this week, and I asked her, Diana, as a sacred scientist, what is your prayer right now for the 7.8 billion people and our connection to all of nature? This is her prayer. Let us all hold hands across the world, and let us send out divine prayers so that we can repair this earth. And repair is about our forgiving nature and about doing the right thing. And our beautiful, blessed Mother Myrtle said it best. Show me the seed you sow and the thoughts you think, and I can foretell the manner of your harvest. For it is the same in our mind world or in the soil world. Love. Heart to heart, 7.8 billion strong. Cradling the earth and each other in our hands. looking out through the eyes of the divine. And as Dion Fortune said, we take our spiritual initiation when we become conscious of the divine within us and thereby contact the divine without us, which literally means we are connected all the time. So what inspired action will you take today to make the world a better place? A loving, beautiful, extraordinary place. We have a choice, and we are doing it now. And we will end our time together now with a great man and a teacher who brought the male and the female energy together. And from the West Coast, a poem by Chief Dan George called My Heart Soars. The beauty of the trees, the softness of the air, the fragrance of the grass speaks to me. The summit of the mountain, the thunder of the sky, the rhythm of the sea speaks to me. The fairness of the stars, the freshness of the morning, the dewdrop on the flower speaks to me. The strength of the fire, the taste of the salmon, the trail of the heart and the sun, and the life that never goes away. They speak to me, and my heart soars. So on this Mother's Day, let your heart soar for all of creation. And happy Mother's Day. And that's the way it really is.
I woke up this morning in the sun. I had to speak, had to tell someone. It's time to be forever loved. It's time to speak, make a stand, forever loved, forever loved, forever loved. It's in our hands. Feel the magic. It's in your hand. Time to believe. Forever love. about war. It's time to be with our hearts. It's time to be every land. It's time to speak, make a stand for every land. Every land, for every land. It's in our hands.